Whew. These videos are raw, let me tell you. It's me again. Yeah, no, it's the same day. You're like, dude, you just did a video. What are you doing? Well, it's a vlog about nothing, so I can do that because I don't have an agenda. Let me tell you one thing: coronavirus quarantine has taught me is that life goes on. Being at home and having nothing to do is not going to stop the day. When you go to work, you're like, oh, I got to go to work, the day or time. You're thinking about time. You're thinking about tasks. You're thinking about activities. But if you are in a job where you don't have to think about that job when you go home, you kind of understand the feeling of, I'm not at work, I'm not thinking about work. I've had a job where I had to think about work all the time. It was not, I love the career ahead. I didn't love constantly having to think about it because I wanted to think about other stuff also. Being a creative person, I like to write, I like to dance, do all sorts of stuff. I don't have time to think about the same thing for 12 hours a day. That's too much. 8 hours, I'll give you an extra two, but then I need to move on. So I just decided to do a quick video. Just talking about something that happened today. I'm in the supermarket and they have signs all over. Well, with springtime coming, there's a lot of new produce out. Like there's watermelon and there's corn, and the corn is really cheap, 19 cents each. People love corn when it's cheap. Let me tell you, I've seen people grab 20, 30 pieces of corn at that price for 20 cents, 19 cents each. So people were grabbing. And so I'm standing there. There's a sign that says only. Now it's funny. They wrote the sign incorrectly. It said only buy the whatever you touch. And I told someone, I said, I think that sign is wrong. Shouldn't it say only touch what you buy? Anyway, this woman is standing there ripping the stuff, the stuff that the corn has around it, the husk. She's pulling the stuff off to the bare corn and then tossing it back in the barrel. And I'm like, excuse me, miss. I said, that's making it very difficult to get to the corn that's on the bottom. She's like, oh well, I gotta do it. I'm like, you don't have to do it now. You can do that at home. They're not charging you for the husk. They're not selling the corn by the pound because they understand it's got all this stuff on the outside. We're not going to do that to you. It's only 19 cents for the corn, whether the husk is on it or not. She's like, well, everyone else is doing it. People, this was a grown woman. When I say grown, I don't mean 18, she's an adult. I don't mean 25, she can finally rent a car. I don't even mean 30. This woman must have been at least 45 years old. And she said to me, everyone else is doing it. And I said, I know everyone else is doing it. That's why I'm saying something. If everyone else wasn't doing it, it wouldn't be a problem. She said, oh. And she thought about it. And I will give her props the fact that she listened to what I said. She didn't listen, she heard what I said and processed it. And she looked around and found the box and put it in there. And it was like, okay, let's create a solution. I love people who are solution oriented. It's like, okay, you gave me a problem, I have to come up with a solution. Like people like that, in my opinion, are very dependable. Will always go far in whatever they do because, things come at you all the time. Sometimes it's a problem, sometimes a little bump. And, quick solution. Hey, all you need to do is take a minute to think and come up with a solution. You want to take the husk off, but it's causing a problem for people who need to purchase it. What's the solution? And she thought of one. But she gets no props for saying everyone else is doing it. Now, I know the usual response to everyone else is doing it is, well, if everyone was jumping off a bridge, would you do it too? And they go, no, I wouldn't jump off the bridge. If everyone was jumping off a building, would you do it too? And they go, no, I wouldn't jump off a building. And actually, they're wrong. If every single person in the world decided to jump off a building, guess what? Everyone's doing it, You already said so yourself. So why would someone say, oh, I'm not going to jump off the building? No, they're going to jump off the building. You know why? Because they're curious. All those people are jumping off the building. What's going on? I want to know what's happening. You know, people are nosy like that. I'm not saying every single person is going to do it, because there are some people who are like, I don't like doing what other people are doing. I'm one of those people. If that Game of Thrones stuff, everyone likes it, I don't want to watch that. It took me, like, I think the third Harry Potter to finally see a movie, because I'm like, everyone's into that. I don't know. I'm not into it. I don't know. It's just my nature to not be someone who goes with the crowd. Like, if a lot of people like something, it's like, I'm not into that. When the Bulls were popular, when Jordan was around, I wasn't feeling Jordan. I gave him his props. Jordan was a good player, but I'm not a Bulls fan. I'm from New York City. I'm a Knicks fan because I got to rep my city. You know, rep your hood. Bam. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's going to, let me go jump off the bridge. Maybe there's money down there. Are they surviving? Let me see if I can do it too. Everyone's doing it. Look at these viral videos that go around. They had the what? What is it? Too slow or just wait, don't wait, whatever that video is. Everyone was doing it. Now they got this stank walk thing. Everyone's doing it. They had there was a funny one. I don't know if y'all remember this one. So I was born by the river. I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass, building over mama money. I was making that cash, and everybody came out with a video. I'm like, what the heck is this? How many times do we have to listen to this song and watch people make a fool of themselves? I mean, it was funny. Don't get me wrong. I appreciated it, but everyone was doing it, and a great deal of those people only did it because someone else did it. You know, that's how the world works. iPhone, look at iPhone. Someone created iPhone, and I bet you the first few people to get iPhone did not buy it. They were given the iPhone, and it was key people who the originators, the creators know if these people have it, a lot of people are going to want it. That's why you have celebrities advertising products. Oh, Jordan's got, what's the guy? Tekashi 6ix9ine. He's got all kinds of colors in his hair. I want to do that too. Oh, Jamie Foxx got the new sunglasses. Oh, I want to do that too. Oh, Cardi B's got her hair all like, oh, she's got this cute little hair. Oh, I want to do that too. Everyone's doing it. So, folks, if you like to follow the crowd, I'm not knocking you. More power to you. But be a little bit more intentional about those things. Like, I'll be honest, I thought about trying the Stank Walk Challenge because I'm like, I think it's creative. So it's like, I wouldn't be doing it because other people are doing it. I'm doing it because I'm like, that's interesting. Maybe I can And I do appreciate when people bring their creativity to different things. It's like, I can do that a little different. I can do that a little better. I'm not just doing it because everyone's doing it. That I can appreciate. But to see somebody throw trash on the ground, I'm like, everyone else is doing it. I'm going to throw my trash right here. Everyone else is ripping the husk off the corn. Everyone else is hopping over the train stile. Everyone else is ignoring the environment. Everyone else, stop it. Take a little bit of time to be a little bit more intentional about who you're following and why you're following. And if you don't have a good reason for why you're following something, then don't do it. There's so many other things you can do with your time besides doing something that just everyone else is doing it. There's so many other TV shows you could watch. I didn't even watch TV. I got sick of watching TV because I got so engrossed when America's Next Top Model was on and Top Chef, and I was watching all these reality shows, and it was, I watched it because I thought they were interesting. But then it's like everyone's into this show, and it's like, I need to be doing something else. I'm not making no money off that. I'm not getting any personal growth out of this. Now, if you're one of those people like my roommate at the time who would watch Top Chef, and they show like a recipe that one, and she be like, "Oh, I'm gonna look that up and make it," and she make it, you're like, "Oh my god, this is good. I see what that person won." Like that. That's a good reason to do something. It's like I'm getting something personal out of this. I'm growing as an individual, even if it's a little bit. Even if doing that video pushed you out of your comfort zone, you're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna put myself online so people can watch me." Like even this for me, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a talker. I'm a little quiet sometimes naturally. I don't like to talk a lot, but when I do talk, I can go on and on, as you can probably tell. I could talk about nothing very easily. That's why this is a vlog about nothing. I can also talk about particular things for a while, and go on and on. But we're not going to do that because that's boring. So I'll stop here on that note. Figure out a better reason to do stuff than just everyone else is doing it. Like give yourself an additional reason. I'm not even gonna say don't do something that everyone else is doing. I'm just gonna simply say dig a little deeper. Give yourself an additional reason for doing something. And if you find that you know what, actually this is not good what people are doing, be solution oriented. You never know. You might help someone else. And on that note, I'm gonna click this little red button on the bottom and I'm gonna bid you adieu. Bye bye.